Alright everybody, welcome to Lockport, New York. I think the first time I've ever done this, or if it's not, it's the first time I've done it in a long time. But as you guys can see, this location's closing. I found this on Facebook the other day and I wanted to make it a priority to get up here and do a video for you all. Hopefully I can be the good news is that it looks like it's really busy there, so it'll be focused on them and not be focused on me. But let's go inside. There is fixtures for sale. I'm wondering if they're gonna have hand baskets, but in any event, let's go inside and let's go check this place out. And like you all heard, welcome to Lockport, New York, and welcome to this closing OfficeMax. I would like to give a shout out to my friend Cody. He does not have a YouTube channel, but he's really good when it comes to Facebook, and he's the one that pointed this out to me. I had no idea that this was going to be closing, and I'm really glad that I was able to make it up here. This is not all that far from me. It's about 40 minutes north of me, so it's a little bit of a drive, but I wanted to come up there and get this because so far we've been pretty spared. But I will say, if you haven't seen the news or don't have any near you, OfficeMax is a office chain store. It's been around for decades, and they merged with the Office Depot company in 2014. And for years, OfficeMax has been really struggling. Part of it has been because, of course, the online shopping, but also there's many different places you can go, and this is kind of what happened to the Bed Bath & Beyond stores, where people these days want to be able to buy everything all at one place. And you can do that at, Walmart, Target. They have everything you would see here. Pencils, pens, paper, ink, computers, gaming chairs. Everything you would see here, you would see there. And it's kind of left this chain out in the dust. But it's not been, a big public thing. They've never filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. They've just been systematically closing down stores here for at least 10 years, if not longer. Interesting fact about OfficeMax, too, for a brief time, Kmart owned them way back in the day. So that's kind of cool and unique. But now they mentioned Office Depot owns them. And we've been pretty lucky here in Buffalo. We've not lost too many, although we did lose one in Cheaptowalk. I don't remember if I filmed that one. I do know that I did go there when it was Spirit Halloween a few times, and I did also film a closing one that was up in Erie, PA. But here in the state of New York, there used to be dozens and dozens of them, and they've closed everywhere else. There's no more left in the Rochester area, no more left in Syracuse, no more left in Albany, in the southern tier, or even out in the New York City area. For some reason, here in the Buffalo area, there's only 7 left, soon to be 6, and it's all the ones in the entire state of New York. And I know, like Pennsylvania, there's only a handful, I think 6 or 7, and it's confusing because the website is both Office Depot and OfficeMax, so I don't have an exact count for some of the places how many are each. I believe in Buffalo we have 3 depots and 4 Maxes, as we do have 2 that are pretty close to me. They're both OfficeMaxes, and I keep waiting for one of them to be added on, especially the one that's right by the McKinley Mall, because that store is old, tired, it's always dead, and then the floor is starting to even separate in parts. It's just old and tired, and OfficeMax has not had the money to be able to update their stores. Although what I do find interesting, and I was talking about hand baskets, is that the couple ones that I've been to, such as mine and this one here, they don't have any more OfficeMax baskets. They're just Office Depot. And I did have them to call. I don't know if they're going to be selling them. Probably not, but in any event, I did find that really unique and interesting. I don't know why they're doing that. I don't know if it's because it's just cheaper to all do it under one roof. But the shopping carts still say both, and all the signage and stuff still says OfficeMax in here, and the one out by me. But for some reason, they did that little detail. Again, why? I do not know. So I would mention this too. If you have any OfficeMaxes or depots and you still shop there, I would start potentially looking for other places. And I would also, for customers, just enjoy these places, as I think by the time we get to 5-10 years from now, they will all be gone. I don't think it's going to be, a public huge bankruptcy such as Kmart and Rite Aid and, Big Lots and everything else. But they've just been closing down stores slowly. I will peek over on Facebook and I'll see a store closing here, an Office Depot closing here, a Max. Although I will say that they did just close down 2 distribution centers. If they're not closed, they're closing. So that's definitely not a good sign for the future. And like I mentioned, people just, I don't want to say that they are lazy, but in a lot of cases they are. And if they can do all their shopping all in one place, they're going to do it instead of having to make all these extra stops and come here just for the same stuff they can find anywhere else. And a lot of times, too, it's cheaper. Like, we've gone to OfficeMax for years because, as I mentioned, it is right by our house. Like, I can walk there from my house. But their prices are, like, ridiculous. Like, I know ink, and to be fair, ink's expensive overall, but I mean, ink there is, like, $40. It is just really expensive. So I can go elsewhere and get the same kind of, what's it called, ink that I can get other places. So overall, that's just a big factor of it. But for this particular location, it's been here for decades. I don't know exactly when. This is my first time ever here. I don't come up to Lockport that much. There isn't really much retail up here. I mean, I did come up here for a few of the Rite Aids when they were closing. But it's kind of far from me. Like, as I mentioned, about 40 minutes. And I can pretty much go anywhere else closer to me. And there isn't any malls up there. And there used to be a long time ago, but well before I got into retail. And I think I might have some Valentine at the mall, but that's for a separate conversation. That's not the point of this video. So this location is closing. I don't know what will go in here. This is a fairly busy plaza, although there is another vacancy on the end. So maybe, and this will sit empty. I don't know. I mean, hopefully not, because you don't like seeing things sitting empty, for a long time. But only time will tell. At some point, I mean, if it becomes something cool, then I will probably come back up here. And they do come up to Lockport sometimes, because interesting fact, this is my area's last drive-in theater, which is really cool. I do love drive-in, and that's the main reason why I do come up here. So, but with that in mind, I am going to stop talking here in a minute, and just at least for the inside of the portion, and I will see you guys outside, live from Lockport, New York. The inside portion, hope you all enjoy. Okay, guys, here's a look at the OfficeMax here in Lockport, New York. I tried to be as discreet. There's a lot of employees there, but it wasn't that hard because they were all pretty busy. But yeah, guys, there's a look once again at the outside of the store. Now let's walk to the back here. As far as I know, this is the only one closing in the area. We actually still have 7 of them, which I know is quite surprising because they've been dying for years, if you didn't know that. Now, at least I checked the other 2 that were like right near my house. And both of them are not closing as of the other day. And that was after this was posted. But here's a look at the back of the store. Here's a road sign right there. Honestly, this store didn't even look that tired. My store, that's right by my house, looks very old, very tired. And this one, once again, just like the one by my house, got rid of all their OfficeMax baskets and went to Office Depot, which is kind of interesting because they still have the OfficeMax branding on the inside and everything and the signs and stuff. And this sign, but like they got rid of it, as I said, in mine too as well. The only thing they even did in that building. But yeah, here's a look at the store, guys. And then there's the dumpster area. I don't see really anything noticeable in there. I guess we'll peeky peek. Yeah, that's just pizza and shit. I'm not going through that. Now, I find this very interesting, too. This made me believe this wasn't built in OfficeMax because it has, like, this weird garden shop entrance. And I don't usually go back here for that often, but I wanted to come back here for this. This might be the only time I come here. We'll see. I did write down for some fixtures, for baskets. I don't know if they're going to sell them to me, so who knows if I'll be back. But in case I'm not, what I was looking for back here is like a receiving sign or something that says OfficeMax or Depot. I don't see that back here, so we don't really need to go back there anymore. But anyway, I will see you guys up front here for the road sign and then the outro. Alrighty, here's a look at the outside. By the way, there's the window signs. I can zoom in a little bit closer there. But yeah, there's the road sign. Now, something very interesting about this too is that they have these flags, which low-key, I'd kind of want one of these, but they would never sell it. I mean, I'll at least ask, but I know they're probably not going to sell it because they're going to say they want to send them to other stores. Even though, if you guys have not seen the news, OfficeMax and people have been dying for years. They just had a slow and painful death. They haven't been like, Rite Aid or Sears or anything else that, like, they all closed at once. They've been closing down locations for 10, 15 years. We had more here in the Buffalo area. We had one at Cheektowaga that you all know. That was a Spirit Halloween that I filmed. That's now filled, by the way. There was one down in Erie, PA. I can't remember if I filmed that or not. And if I did, you can feel free to watch it down below. But yeah, I mean, they've been dying. And interesting fact too, there's 7 of them in my area, like I just mentioned. They are the only ones in the state of New York. They closed all their locations in Rochester, Syracuse, even down in the New York City area, out in Long Island, Albany, Hudson Valley, everywhere. For some reason, they've held on here. And low-key, I've been kind of waiting for some to close so I can document these, and this was the first victim. But as I said, I mean, I do eventually expect them all to go. They have these store closing flags, which they probably say that they belong to the liquidator, even though they don't, because they throw them out. Because Rite Aid threw out all their closing flags. That's how I got so many. But there's the road sign facing... There's the road sign facing Transit Road there. And there's a little sign right there. But yeah, there's a look at the store from far away. In this kind of busy plaza. I mean, there is an empty Save-A-Lot way down there, but you have Dollar Tree, Harbor Freight, you know, a few things in the middle there. You got a Pizza Hut right here. So kind of busy, but this will be a hit here on the end. But anyway, if you guys did enjoy, make sure hit like, comment, and subscribe. Live from Lockport, New York. Alex Weinsheimer's out, and I will talk to you guys again real soon. Bye-bye for now.